Hello, dear viewers. Thank you so much for joining me for your daily tarot reading. I ask you to choose the stone that draws you, the one that really resonates, and we'll do a golden nugget card at the end if you want further clarification for your reading or you have a lingering question. All right, so we will begin. For those of you who chose the blue stone, very spiritual lapis lazuli, we have the Hierophant, we have the Eight of Wands, we have the Knight of Cups. So you have one major arcana, that's the Hierophant. Whenever I see the Hierophant, I want to say, are you using it to work for you? Or are you allowing it to work against you? Because I feel like the Hierophant could go either way. You know, the Hierophant is, it's a human institution, group, tradition, path. It can be legal paperwork, it can be contracts, it can be jobs, it can be professions, it can be education, it can be experts. Now the Hierophant, when it serves us, when we use it to accomplish a goal that really truly would be difficult to accomplish on our own, maybe there's been something you've been trying to do on your own or through a less structured approach and it's just not working. Or it kind of is, but you're thinking, could I benefit? Could I benefit from help from some human structure? The help of my fellow humans. Could I benefit from that? Or from society, from my government, from professions? So if you feel like you could, I think that it's worth looking into because you got the Hierophant and you have the Knight of Cups meaning if you reach out for information in this area, you would likely have someone trying to make a good impression on you, someone trying to bring you a positive message that you would then have to evaluate, okay, is it all it's claiming to be? Because the Knight of Cups can be a little bit tricky. But see, that's why a lot of times I think people do hesitate to use the Hierophant because they don't know if they can trust that their goals will align with the goals of the help they're asking for. But it's worth looking into if you're needing more help and structure. The Eight of Wands suggests things are moving forward, though you are moving them forward quite well. So that makes me think that the Hierophant, for some of you, it's working against you. And that's why you're getting it here. You're feeling a little too hemmed in. You're wanting to do what's expected of you. Your societal norms and expectations, whatever organizations you're involved with, you might be feeling a little too hemmed in, or you don't need the structure perhaps, because we have the Eight of Wands over here saying, man, you are moving a lot of things forward for your best interests. You're moving them forward, you're handling a lot of priorities, a lot of goals, a lot of purposeful behavior, and you know what? You're keeping all the arrows flying and going in the right direction. So there's competence with the Eight of Wands. Sometimes we outgrow some kind of structure, some kind of organization or group. Sometimes we outgrow it. We needed it in the beginning, we don't need it now. So you'll have to decide what this means for you. But it's a very interesting, for some of you, if you're thinking of a new job, a new profession, do something, you would be a good candidate. This is the Knight of Cups can also be somebody, coming in and putting their best foot forward and looking like a good candidate. So there's that too. Very interesting group of cards. I'm sure that you're hearing what you needed to hear about that. For those of you who chose the moonstone, we have the Emperor, we have the King of Coins, we have the Eight of Cups. Okay, two very different kinds of energy here between these two. So you have your major arcana, the Emperor. That can be rules, structure, cause and effect. That can be somebody who is authoritative, who is saying this is what happens. That could be your energy. Or it can be just you're really taking charge of your life and you are being very realistic about what works, what doesn't work, and you're choosing what works. Maybe after some thought with the Eight of Cups, like going off on your own. What is it that you wish for? What is it that you desire? What's your emotions around things? Emotions are important, not just the rules, not just need for security, but how we feel about things. You know, we can have the most secure, rule-driven, proper kind of existence in the world and be very unhappy. So what's that worth? You know, the Eight of Cups is that kind of internal soul searching. Might be a good time to do that, because just like you could use that take charge energy, doing what works energy to build great security here, you could also use it to identify what it is you want, envision it, plan for it, and take the proper steps to get there. So this is really very interesting. These can be different people in your life as well. You know, there could be an older person in your life who is sort of authoritative, well-established, who is got a very strong opinion about what you should be doing, but you need to consult your emotions. You need to consult your wishes, your heart. So there are a lot of different messages in here, but these cards really can be quite positive. It sounds like you're at a place in your life where you can indulge yourself some. Maybe you've always been somebody who's really had good practical wisdom, followed the rules, and, you know, more or less, and built up some good security for yourself. Maybe now it's more about what is going to be the desires of my heart. What makes me feel good today? Sometimes we don't even need to have a great big answer about that. You know, the 8 turning into the 9, those are both minor arcana. Sometimes it's just, what do I want to do right now? But very good question to ask. For those of you who chose the red jasper, good grounding stone, we have, we have the Chariot. These are interesting. We have the Knight of Swords. We have the Queen of Cups. Wow. So it could be that something is pulling you and one other person sort of forward quickly. Something sudden, or you're just making grand progress, or you're simply riding some waves. Maybe you didn't anticipate there was going to be this much change, but here you are. This year, maybe there's a lot of change. And you might be doing that with one other person, perhaps, or group, or it's in 2 different areas of your life, possibly, but you're being pulled forward. And I feel like there may be somebody in your life who is like, I'm going to be right, who is competitive, who is outspoken, who is maybe not seeing the full picture, maybe just saying, this is what's logical, that's it, we're going ahead, boom, you know, I know what we're doing. The Knight of Swords doesn't really think about all of the emotional or relational ramifications of what he says or she says. The Queen of Cups thinks about all that. You know, she has a great understanding of the whole picture and how other people will experience that, how it will play out. Her intuition is grand. So, and the Queen of Cups tends to kind of keep it to herself unless it's important to share, and unless she knows the other person can hear it. So you've got some interesting players here. This can also just simply be a plan of yours that's sort of halfway to completion, and you're using your intuition and your wisdom to be managing this great pull forward time very well, very well. So that can mean a number of different things, but that's an interesting and very dynamic, but yet maturely riding it out, understanding, making good intuitive decisions, that kind of energy in there too. So very interesting. Okay, if you would like some further clarification from the Gold Nugget card, we have the 6 of Cups, which is, sometimes it's the nostalgia card. Sometimes it's Spirit saying, if you want to know how this is likely to work in the today or in the future, just look at how it's worked in the past. Sometimes that's Spirit saying, yes, draw upon your past experience. Sometimes our emotion wants us to keep trying something that just isn't working, or our emotion has us not wanting to give up on something that, we need to see a little more realistically. So there's the nostalgia card. Sometimes this nostalgia card comes up when it's just a very pleasant, contented card, and Spirit is saying, you've got some real sources of emotional fulfillment in your life with the 6 upright cups. You've got some blessings there. You want to build upon that, yes, but you've got that already to some extent. Sometimes the nostalgia card comes up too when there's someone we've known from childhood or our own inner child that, may be kind of popping up again in our thoughts. There may be some past you can cast in a more contented light, or see or enjoy some things that you have let go, that you used to love. There are all kinds of meanings for this card. If there are children in your life, this is a great card to get. Look at how contented they look. This can be the siblings card. Might be hearing from a sibling or wanting to reach out to a sibling. So all kinds of meanings, but I hope that offered further clarification. Have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.